whereas Linux is used for personal purposes as well as server purposes. It is preferred by the end user that are bit technically savvy and are more concerned with the security aspect. The major portion of all the servers available is occupied by Linux versions, such as they are implementing Apache Web Server, LDAP Server, Email Server, and many more. The development model. Windows is a closed source. As the software is made for commercial purpose and the company that develops the software will earn a hefty amount by selling it, and hence it is closed source so that it cannot be copied by anyone for commercial benefits. Whereas Linux is an open source, where open source software is made by many people and distributed under an OSD compliant license, which grants all the rights to use, study, change, share the software in modified and unmodified form. Open source software is a software with source code that anyone can inspect, modify, and enhance. Security. Windows has improved over years. Who is not aware about the BSOD, that is blue screen of death, where Windows crashes? Of course, it was long back, but also it is considered to be more prone to malware attacks. However, Microsoft improved upon its security posture over years. Linux is considered to be a secure operating system. That is the reason that most of the servers are deployed on Linux operating system. Linux is also not prone to malware attacks. As far as devices is concerned, for Windows, all the devices such as hard disk, CD-ROMs, printers, scanners are considered devices itself. However, with Linux, devices are considered as files. As far as account types are concerned, Windows has administrator, default account, guest, help assistance, and local system account. The Windows administrator account has full control of files, directories, services, and other resources on the local computer. The administrator account can create other local users, assign user rights, and assign permissions. The default account is a standard account in Windows operating system and is used for multi-user manifested apps. The guest account lets occasionally or one-time user who do not have an account on the computer temporarily sign in to the local server or client computer with limited user rights. The help assistant account is a default local account that is enabled when a remote assistance session is run. This account is automatically disabled when no remote assistance requests are pending. The local system account is used by the operating system and by services that run under the Windows operating system. There are many services and processes in the Windows operating system that need the capability to sign in internally, such as during a Windows installation process. In Linux operating system, there are three types of accounts. One is root, second one is regular, and the third one being service account. As far as root is concerned, it can install and uninstall software or packages, alter the configurations, etc. It can do any administrative work such as user creation, assignment of privileges, rights, etc. and can access any services. The regular accounts in the Linux is used by normal users and is created for specific tasks that the intended user is supposed to do. The third type of account in Linux operating system is a service account. These accounts are used by services to run processes and execute the functions. File names. In Windows, file names are not case sensitive. Until Windows 10, all the versions of Microsoft Windows were not case sensitive. However, with Windows 10, they have introduced the concept of case sensitivity as far as file names are concerned. You need to activate case sensitive file names on a directory by directory basis. With Linux, file names are case sensitive. Hence, one can have two files with the same name in the same folder with different cases such as upper and lower case. Software cost. For Windows, mostly Windows based softwares are paid softwares. Take an example of Microsoft Office. In Linux, most of the softwares are free. Due to the open source nature, they are mostly free. Take an example of LibreOffice. Customization. With Windows, not much customization is possible. The major customization that is done in Windows operating system is related to UI and layout, whereas in Linux it is customizable. Here, lot of customization is possible. Take an example of shell. You can have shell of your own choice. You can have Linux graphical environment of your own choice. You can opt for file system of your own choice. You can have an option to choose among core Linux or full-fledged Linux, etc.